years old, I took a creative writing course. It was a summer camp type program through the local school district. I remember being very excited about this class. There weren't many kids in the class as it was summertime. Each time we met, we were given a topic to write about. Our teacher, who was a college kid, encouraged each of us to write a poem as the program neared the end. She then made several photocopies of each of our poems and stapled them together in these little booklets. We made book covers with construction paper and crayons. And then we were instructed to walk down our block and try to sell a few copies. I did, and I sold a few copies. My next door neighbor bought a copy for 25 cents, and she said to me that she would keep it for when I became a famous author. That memory has always remained with me. I think it's great when we encourage kids and support their lofty dreams. That summer is when it all started for me. You often hear writers say that they feel compelled to write, that something deep within themselves wells up and demands expression. I have experienced that throughout my life. However, I do need to give major props to my high school English teacher, Mr. Richards from Rolling Meadows High School. It was sophomore year, and I handed in a paper which he proceeded to attack with a red marker. He suggested that I make an after-school appointment. I did with trepidation. It turned out to be a major turning point for me as a writer. He took time out of his life and sat down with me on several occasions and introduced me to the concept of structure. I rewrote the paper and received an A. Again, this was one of those experiences that made a major difference in my life. God bless high school teachers like Mr. Richards. The first thing I did was read a book entitled Becoming a Writer by Dorothea Brand. Afterwards, I did research on how to write historical fiction, as well as information on plot development and complex character creation. I then conceived of a concept for a novel indirectly inspired by my great-grandmother, Bridget Geegan, who ran a boarding house in Chicago at the turn of the century and was quite the legend in my Irish family. Most important, I didn't waste time thinking about whether or not I could do this. I just got started. There is a definite spiritual component that brushes the surface of the plot and is further reflected in many of the characters I've created. I always think of this ancient Irish forest that I once walked through when in search of inspiration in my writing. This forest seemed to have the power of Celtic wisdom in plain sight. What is Celtic wisdom? Well, essentially, it's our ability to respond spiritually to the presence of God found throughout nature, and to bring that energy back into our own lives. My novels are crafted from the starting point of historical fact. The story begins to unfold at that point. The reader accompanies the courageous Kate O'Reilly, who is on a journey through life much like we are. Although it is historical fiction, I attempt to mirror what all of us experience along the way. We laugh, we love, we win, we lose, we struggle. We're pushed to reveal who we really are during life's most challenging moments. The triumph of the human spirit is one of the most beautiful things in this world. I describe my novels as an experience, maybe even a bit of a ride. I endeavor to deliver a well-written story that honors the reader's time. I write to entertain, but I also want to impart a bit of beauty, a touch of spirituality, and maybe even make you laugh along the way. To learn more about each book in the series, visit desertrosebooks.com, where you can view a book trailer and read a sample chapter. I am so grateful for your support, and I truly honor your time. I'm a reader myself, and there's nothing like a good book. Receiving a letter in the mail from a reader, or a positive email, or a book review on my site or at any of the other ebook vendors is so very fulfilling and yet humbling at the same time. I guess what I'd really like to say is thank you. I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. I would love to hear from you, and there are several ways to communicate with me, including Twitter, Facebook, and my own website, Desert Rose Books, where you can find links to all my social media. In any case, please drop me a line. I really would love to hear from you. I've started working on the third novel in the Celtic Heart historical fiction series, and I hope to have book 3 published sometime in 2016. If you're interested in updates on book 3, please subscribe to my e-zine over at desertrosebooks.com. I truly appreciate the subscribers to my e-zine. They are the first ones to know about any novel updates, anything I might be working on, be it a motivational video, an inspirational article, new recipe, or any of my do-it-yourself projects. There are prominent e-zine links throughout the website. And you can receive a free ebook on essential oils, including recipes and aromatherapeutic information, just by subscribing to the e-zine. Before starting on your debut novel, I strongly advise investing in a series of books written by Larry Brooks. I actually attended a story structure course he gave, and I learned a tremendous amount. When it comes to writing, there is a mountain of advice out there regarding all aspects of the writing life. If I can make just one suggestion, it would be to look up Larry Brooks wherever you purchase books online and invest in his series of story structure books. It's well worth your time. There's good in the world. At times we can't see it, but it exists. Because God exists and is present in everyone and in everything. Often it's simply a matter of perspective. If we silence our thoughts and go within for even a short while, we can uplift our mind and open our eyes. Imagine looking at yourself and the world through the eyes of God. There's nothing to see but love for you and everyone around you. If faith is a belief in things unseen, believe in divine guidance. Believe that God's everlasting arms hold you up. Believe in the beauty of your own spirit. This beauty is always present. It never changes. The perfect law of God, the same one that governs planets and causes seeds to sprout and become mighty sequoias, is also operating in, for, and through you. Believe completely, without a trace of doubt, that all is well. And all is well with all of your affairs. Feel that peace. Believe in the power that resides in your thoughts and in your mind, because it's real, just like God is real. Bring this inner peace with you wherever you go, despite the circumstances of the day. Believe that the darkness of night will be illuminated by the gentle light of daybreak. Dawn will arrive, brimming with infinite possibility for you and the day that lies before you. Take care and be well.